Good morning, everybody. It's our Facebook Live Thursday at 9:45 Pacific Standard Time, and today we're going to do a batch of lemon sugar scrub. And the reason we're doing that today is because my jar is empty, so I had to make a batch anyway, and it's a great way to be able to show you what I'm doing too. So I made this my first batch at Christmas time, and I gave a lot away as gifts, and it was really great that way. And it was just a small jar like this, so it doesn't last a huge amount of time. And so it was great to be able to gift that, and I've already used mine up. So I'm going to make another batch and hopefully have a few extras left over to give as gifts as well, or to sell. Sometimes people like to buy them as well. So let's get started with the lemon sugar scrub, and we're going to use sugar. So a cup of sugar, a quarter of a cup of coconut oil, 15 drops of lemon or lavender, depending on, actually you could do anything really. This one, because it's called the lemon sugar scrub, we would use lemon, which I have over by my diffuser. And also I like to add a bit of zest from a lemon. So I'm going to add the zest in, and then we'll decide whether we'll do lemon or lavender as the essential oil too. So let's start measuring up here. So we're going to do a cup of sugar, and just whatever sugars you like to use is fine. Well, white sugar, of course. White sugar or cane sugar. So 1 cup. Going, and then a quarter cup of coconut oil, and I like to melt it first too, so that it's easy to mix in with the sugar. So I'm going to put it into my stainless steel measuring cup so that I don't have to dirty a pot. And it also has measuring marks on here, so I don't have to eyeball it. I can just fill it up here, and we'll get it melting. If you have a microwave, which I don't, you can throw it in the microwave, not in a stainless steel, of course. And let's throw that on here. And it only takes a few minutes to melt. It's really quick. So the recipe that I'm using is just one that I really liked based on the ones that I had seen. So there's other options. You don't have to use coconut oil. I've seen olive oil or sweet almond oil as well instead of the coconut. So you just kind of play it by ear, or what you like, what kind of oil you like. I tend to use coconut oil a lot because I like it on my skin, but everybody's different, so it doesn't really matter which oil. Just kind of play with it and see. I also have another recipe that's a little bit more, has more ingredients in it. It has some oats, so it's more of an oat scrub. But because we have gluten sensitivities in our family, then I opted out of doing the oat one. But it is a nicer one. It's a little bit thicker, and it's a great recipe too. But this one I find is quicker, easier, and less ingredients, so more quicker to throw together. So as that's melting, I wanted to do a little reminder about your diffuser and cleaning your diffuser. I've got mine going, and I've got it going today with the diffuser blend, the spring blend that I posted on the April newsletter. Have you received your April newsletter? If you haven't, you can sign up on the group page, or you can just send me a private message or an email with your email address, and I can add you to that newsletter, which comes out not quite every month, but kind of just whenever I've got something to say, I'll throw out that. Today there is a diffuser blend for spring, for Easter. So I put that in the newsletter, and I'm diffusing that right now because we are really trying to bring spring in our area. It's still kind of gloomy. There's snow in the forecast, and I just really want some spring flowers. So I did buy some spring flowers. I don't know if you can see them in the background, but they have been blooming and growing, and that kind of helps me to remind me that yes, spring is on its way. So back to the diffuser. Using our diffuser daily, it can get a little bit built up with the oils in the basin. So it's really important to, you know what, I have an empty diffuser. I'm going to grab it so that you can see what I'm talking about when you're cleaning it. So hang on. Here it is. So this diffuser I've had for probably a year and a half, and it's acting up. It doesn't want to work anymore. And so I'm trying to remedy it by doing a little bit of plugging it in and unplugging it, and cleaning the sensor at the bottom. So that's this piece here. So it's not really good to touch it with your finger, but you can touch it with a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol and clean it. I often will do some thieves cleaner, so I'll spray thieves cleaner in and wipe it out with a paper towel. That works really well, but just really check, the cleaning your diffuser should be done quite regularly so that you don't have that build up, because it does cause it to not work properly and lessen the life of your diffuser. If your diffuser is not working within the first year of purchasing it, please contact Young Living and they will replace it. They'll first troubleshoot with you and see if there's something that you can do to fix it. And if not, then they will replace it for you. So 1 year, within that first year, do connect with Young Living. But in the meantime, keep regular, good maintenance on your diffuser. There's a really sweet video that I posted a little while ago about how to clean it. And maybe I'll repost that because it's quite humorous and just helps us to kind of remind us to clean them, because it's really good to keep the buildup down on those. So I've got the coconut oil almost all melted here. And so because I'm doing the lemon zest, you don't have to do the lemon oil unless you really want it lemony. You could do lavender instead, so it would be a lavender lemon. But the one that I did at Christmas time was just lemon. I think I had a little bit of lime in it as well. So I think I want to stick to that. I want to stick to the lemon zest and the lemon oil because it was so invigorating. I used the scrub in the morning on my skin, and it just was really nice. So if you're using it before the bath, or you can use it in the bath or in the shower, I just try and move out of the way of the water in the shower so that it's not rinsing it all off before I have a chance to really rub it in. You can apply it before you jump in the bath, and then you've got a really nice aroma in your bath as well. So I'm going to do just a little bit of lemon zest. This is like the size of an apple. It's a huge lemon. So I'm just going to maybe do about 1/4 of the lemon and see how much that does. On all your DIY projects, I don't know if you're like me, but in the past, I have been a saver. So if somebody gives me a gift, or if I get something special, if I buy something special, I save it. And are any of you like that, savers? Well, I've come to realize it's really not a good idea. When gifts are given or when you make something, it's meant to be used, especially our DIYs, because we're not putting any preservatives in them. So it's good to use them up and then remake them. So don't save them. Be liberal. Do your body scrub a couple of times a week, and don't save it. Because again, it won't last forever, and then you'll end up throwing it away. So I've used about 1/4, not quite half, of the zest. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. Maybe you can't see. Just a little bit of zest in there. And I'm going to mix in the coconut oil, which is all melted now. One of the cool things about melting it first is it blends in really, really easy. And then when it sets, so when it solidifies, it goes solid again. So it's pretty stable. And then when you're using it in the bath, it's not this runny goo. It's got a really nice consistency to it. So you could almost eat this, right? It's all edible. There's no ingredients in this that we're using that aren't edible. And isn't that a great thing for your skin? What you put on your skin goes into your body. So it's always a good idea to check your ingredients and make sure that you're using clean ingredients in all of your skincare, hair care, all the items that you're using. So I'm going to blend that really together really well, and then it smells like lemon poppy seed muffins. And I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna do both. So it calls for 15 drops. So I'm gonna do 7 of each. So I'm gonna get a little bit of more lemon and a little bit of lavender too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you notice lemon's quite runny, easy to drip out. I got this one free this month with my order. And then lavender, we'll do 7 of that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And mix that up. Looks lovely. It does really feel special to use the products I've made. I love opening up containers and smelling what I've put in them. Do make sure you label them, because I do have lots of bottles and jars around, and if I don't put a label on, who knows what's going to be in them. That smells lovely. So I'll put it into my jar. So I did clean it after my last batch, so it'll be ready for a new batch. Press it down really good so that when it solidifies, it's got a bit of form to it. So I'll tell you, I also use this on my face. I don't know that it's really, really good, because it's, as far as it being a little bit too gritty, but I really liked it. And I just took a little bit on my face and just did it really gently. I didn't really scrub it. I just gently wiped it on. And then after I took it off, I had a really nice, this coconut oil leaves a little bit of an oil sensation to it, but after I got out of the shower and dried off, it was all absorbed in, but it felt really, really rich and really lovely. So I've got enough for another one here. And so I had a couple of notes I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah, one was don't save your DIYs, make sure to use them up. Make sure to clean your diffuser. And if you haven't received the newsletter, it is posted on the Facebook group, or you can also message me your email address and get it directly sent to your email. There we go. I think I've filled perfectly two containers. So I'm working on some recipe cards or graphics, I guess, that are all pretty. So this is the first one that I'm working on, and hopefully I will have that ready by the end of the week, and then you can save it, print it out, use it however you wish. You may share it with others. It's basically public domain after I have it all published and ready to go. So watch for those new things coming, and I think that's it for today. So do a spring meditation. Let's get spring rolling, and enjoy your body scrub. Alrighty, have a happy Easter, and blessings to you and your family. Alright, bye-bye.